Everybody's perception of me is wrong, and I love it.
Okay. You ever heard of the term common denominator? But let's talk about perception. One house rule that I use in my games that I like a lot, that I've come to enjoy, is group awareness checks, right? So what's the best way to put this? So first thing I do is any new scene that they walk into, that could be like a new location, a certain event, whatever the case may be, right? So the scene that you're in, I have them all roll an awareness check or a perception check, whatever your system calls it. And then that is their perception check going forward. How observant and aware are they of their surroundings? And that's not to say this goes on for a full 3 hours. It might be for an hour. It might be for 2 hours, however long that scene lasts. So you might have someone who is actively more perceptive than others at that time. One thing I do like is if you have a passive perception, or your perception skill level, point level, whatever the case may be, it can't go any lower than that. You have a general sense of awareness, right? And that way you don't have to roll a perception check every time you walk into a room, every time you look at a new person. It just becomes so many perception rolls. It's like the one thing you roll during a D&D game, and you roll it a million times. It's like, all right, come on, give me literally anything else. Let me use any other skill here. So there's that. Then you take everyone's individual little awareness or perception rolls, whatever you guys did. You let them choose who's leading the party. So then they can decide if they're sending in the person with the best perception to perceive the room as they enter, or are you sending in the person who's best equipped to deal with an enemy if it's an attack? Or are you sending in someone who's better at disarming traps, or maybe engaging with the NPCs? Another way you could go with this as the DM is everyone is aware of each other's passive perception. They might know generally how aware your comrade is in a situation. So then you as the DM can roll each of their perception checks or awareness checks, whatever it is, at the start of the scene. They don't know. They just know it can't be below their passive. This also takes away the ability for them to metagame and being like, I rolled low, so there might still be a trap here. I'm going to be super cautious. Meanwhile, they're thinking, oh, I'm just being aware of my surroundings, and I personally do not see a trap here. Meanwhile, you might have another character who's usually off in La La Land, but all of a sudden, they're just like, holy shit, look out! It's a trap! So you never know. I think that's a fun little mechanic. Try it out in your games. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. That's all I got. Later.